Hello everybody, welcome back to Sunless Sea. So we're not doing too hot, we're down to 1/3 of our hull strength. Crew is well fed though, terror 11. I suppose that's can go up to 100, so I think we're still pretty sweet on that. We got a bit of money, and we're still rolling with our captain known as Jellyfish. Right click to speak to this officer. Okay. It lies across your desk like a lumpy scarf. Play with your ferret. What does that actually do? Unlocked when something awaits you is nothing awaits you. Okay. A wary roll of the eye. Play the eye roll says. Play that eye roll says. I played once in the Happy Warrens of London before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It's an eloquent eye roll. Okay. See if we can speak to this dude. Hello, my dear. My dear, sit down carefully. Just let me tidy away these implements. We don't want any carelessness, do we? Increase your pages. We'd like to talk about secrets, would we? Secrets are my very favorite. Spending a secret will improve your pages, but no higher than 50. What are my pages and what do they do? Hearts. Sometimes help with tests around terror. Speed, stealth, deception decreases range at which enemies will spot you. Suppose it'll increase... no, that's probably something different. Pages. Historic and occasionally practical knowledge. Increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets. I suppose that's good. But... wait. This does not make sense, does it? I can spend a secret to quicker get another secret. Why would that help me? Detection and perception. The higher mirrors, the quicker you can find a firing solution in combat. Okay, that's good to have high then. Increases damage or attacks. Let's see. Unlocked with one secret. You have unlocked pages no more than 49. You have 26. Okay, let's see. Personal attention. He likes to sit very close when he speaks. The plausible surgeon. He speaks familiar of diseases and hauntings as if he knew their first names, but chose not to disclose them out of courtesy and discretion. This makes some of his advice confusing, but you do learn intriguing details. Oh, it increases the speed. Alright, so it's an investment. Let's just put it that way. Alright. Do we have a mission? Well, let's go look at the London. We'll go here. Oh, we can't do it. Oh, we can. Ask to, no, we can't do that. Alright, so we do have a mission. Can we see that? Journal. You have seen the place where they have more mushrooms and scents? No. How do I see what I have to do? What's this? No, that's not what we want. Still trying to figure most of this stuff out. Got enough fuel, supplies, bill. Oh yeah, I wanted to figure out how I need to repair my ship. Is there anyone here? What the hell? Rad's favor. We want someone to take a look inside that. Rad's favor systems are essential for use of pneumatic rad delivery device. Repairs 10 hull damage instantly, but we need to use it in combat. Well, that seems like a thing you use in critical situations. We're not at that point. Torpedo components. When most striking quests of our times, torpedoes are torpedo shaped. So that's what we need to kill the things that killed me last time. Coroner reproach. We shall compel attention. A weapon of respectable power. Is that even better than what I have right now? I don't know. Let's have a look at that. Where is my cannon anyway? Shipyard. Ah, here we go. 8, 8, and 1. 8814. This is 12, 12, 1, 4. So this is actually a bit better, isn't it not? It'll give me some hull back. I don't know what life damage is or crew damage is. Let's see what else we have. $22, but we can't buy this. 12, 22. Oh, so life damage I'm assuming is gonna be damage to the enemy crew, just like an FTL. While hull damage is just straight up hull damage. So if we could go with that. Stay with Brighton Mart, flinch. Let's see if I can't max hull damage. Actually, 12, 28. Takes 6 seconds to fire, but 12 versus 28. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Means we don't have any money for repairs, but shipyard. How do we now get that thing up there? Oh, don't tell me I can't use it. What? Oh. Uh-oh. Do I need to put it in something else? Bridge? No. Auxiliary? No. Forward weapon. Yeah, we'll put it up there. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Now we can't go anywhere. So I could put that in easily, but oh, that's forward cannon. Why can't I not have a forward? Oh man, I just wasted all my money. Well, where do we need to go? It's probably important to know where we want to go, huh? How do I figure that out again? Gazetteer, no. Main menu, no. Alright, let's launch. Maybe we can figure it out that way. Screw it, we'll go find our own adventure then. Let's have a look at our chart. Let's head to south. Not too pleased about losing all that money on the thing I can't use. But I mean, forward cannon, that sounds like main cannon, right? So, well, we know we can kill that thing and only get hit once. So let's head out to do that. Come on, charge up quicker. There we go. A brisk spatter spray. What? Low risk, 81. This is something good, right? Let's give it a go. Is that to work with United Acids? Yeah, we read this already, didn't we? Golden glow's almost gone, blah blah blah. And we have one fragment, whatever that may be. Okay. Mutton Island. Have we been here before? Yeah, 'cause this is where we got that cat, didn't we? Last time. Looks like we're going to be feeding the crew shortly. Nah, let's dock. Yeah, fed the crew. Quaker Haven. Unlocked with one. There's only one public house, and we need money. So this is where we lowered terror. Then okay, explore the shore. Pick up wretched Mog. This is for the cat, isn't it? Okay. Let's go through the motions again. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. Something about you turn. Long, lank, brown man at your shoulder. Listen, he says, I have a story for you. Something about the greybeard compels your attention. Turn the situation around. No love stories for you. Unlocked with one sea story. Unlocked with one tale of terror. If once you catch your eye, sure. A rambling tale. His story has a wedding full of murders in a leafless forest and a vast serpent which eats souls. The tale winds on and on like the serpent. You are lost in the dizzy toils of its sinister ships and its glamorous corpses. You not awake, he's gone, but not, it seems, before searching your pockets for a small change. Well, I didn't have too much money. You now have one tale of terror. Cool. 5 terror and some money gone. I think that was a good choice, right? Alright. What else do we have? Chat to the fisherman. How much money do you need? 1. Okay, go. Little ships and secret pirates plying the wave. Smugglers at their work. Kanathi ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. Now with one of this report, Quaker's Haven. Alright, are we gonna go get the cat? Sure. Well, let's get him in. I think he's better than. And seeing that we're docked, iron 2. So that's extra damage we do. Its perpetual ill temper does not endear it to the crew, but it does make it an effective radar. Well, you didn't like being here in the first place, so let's see if we can talk to him. Oop, we need to be on the ocean for that, or can we only do that? No, we can talk to him, but we can't talk to the cat. Alright. Strange enough, we can talk to a ferret, but apparently not a cat. Can we buy extra supplies here? I know we don't have a lot of money, but we really don't have a lot of money. We got 6. Return rate on things now. We can buy fuel for 20, or we can sell it for 1. Well, our crew has just been fed, so they should be okay. Let's head further down, I suppose. See if we can come across anything fancy down there. I suppose we could always use our Z-Bat. Crew grows wistful. They swap old story of Sunless Sea. Hey, they actually said C instead of Z. We draw near the Coumarin Canal, the way to the surface. Do we want to be near the surface? There's another one of those crabs. We'll try to kill it for supplies, I guess. Come here, you crab. Crustacean. Swing it in reverse. Hey, it can go under. I didn't know you could do that. Well, you're not running from me, though. I need to click this. Right. Ooh, that had have been a nasty hit. Killed it. Alright, so we still have no idea on how to actually repair the ship. Butcher it for supplies. You've lost 32 hunger. Alright, so that's one way to keep ourselves from losing supplies, is just by killing crabs. Where the fudge are we? Let's go back up. I kind of want to stick around New London, or Old London, or whatever it's called. Figure out how to get that cannon going, if we can actually use that. Hey, we're exploring quite a bit, though, so a false star flares in the cavern roof directly above you. Flares and fades. Home water. Sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. Now we're... Ooh, crab! Get it! Get the crab! It'll be a good day once I can actually start one-shotting these. Boop. I missed! Oh, come on. Well, at least I didn't get hit in the process. We're still, yeah. Butcher it. Cool. More crabs, but, food is decent. Are you a pirate or are you just someone in a bad spot like I am? Well, they're not shooting at me, so I'm guessing you're okay. There's an... What the hell was that? Moody's light. Here the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Demo's gate, named for the navigator lost above. How did his bones come below? That's a pirate ship. Let's see if we can take him out. He's being an idiot about things. Giving me free rein to take him down. I spy with my little eye supplies, which we can definitely use. Cache of curiosities. 2 supplies. Alright. We'll be able to feed our crew. Can't repair, because we need to be above 50% hull. Yeah. Apparently, once it dips below 50, our crew becomes so stupid that they can't do anything anymore. Discovered the Phosgen Bleaks. Anyone know any sea that's a big crab. Can we hit that? Should we hit that? 150 HP. No. No, 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 no. No. I don't want to fire at it anyway. I just hope it steers clear from me as well. See if we can lose it in the wonderful rock stuff. Yeah, seems like we're losing it. Cool. Fuel is running short though. I wonder if we just straight up die if we run out of fuel. I mean, I can't see us waiting here for like forever. Maybe we can start burning supplies or something. So where the fudge are we going anyway? Clearing out some more map space at least. Seven fuel left. Distant bells. Let's see if we can use this thing for something useful. No islands within the Z-Bat's range. That's... ah, crap, another pirate. There we go. This could get us killed, actually, but... yes! Get him in his backside! Yeah! Yeah! What are you gonna do now, huh? And bam. Sucks to be you, alright? Woo! Yeah, just try and get me. You can't charge your weapon when I'm in your butt. Although, theoretically, he should be able to shoot me at the sides, but, laughter from the foredeck. Yeah, we're laughing it up right here. This better has some fuel and supplies in it, because we're wasting kind of a good amount. It's a bigger ship than the tiny one, so we should get a good amount of it. She's an old vessel and these seas aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. 2 fuel, 2 supplies, and a cache of curiosities giving us One firking of prisoner honey. 100 dreams in every barrel. Ah. Well, we got some fuel, like I said we would. Alright, is there anything in range now? Salt Lines to the northeast. Well, that's where we're heading then. Well, we're waiting for that stuff. How about a sea shanty? 999 springs to flush down. 999 springs. Flush one down, it rolls around. 989 springs to flush down. So this thing I can't hit. Which means I can easily get killed here by a freaking jellyfish. Oh, swing and a miss. Let's see if we can get into port before it actually becomes a problem. Huh? Can we even dock when there's an enemy on our butt? Hope we can. Yeah, we can dock. Salt Lions, 2 basalt beasts, cathedral sized. Visit the unmakers, muscular pick-wheelers rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Sure. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4, I wouldn't call it Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Some go down to the place under the bazaar. More tea cakes. I think that's more of an offer, the last bit, but gain 1 fragment. What are fragments for anyway? A scrap of lore, discover monsters and locations to gain fragments. Gain enough fragments and they'll combine into a secret. Find a story when you make next port. You'll receive this from time to time as you travel the sea. You've lost 5 terror for the low cost of nothing. Reduce this with the shore leave, especially in London. When you return to London after time at sea, your terror will always drop to 50. Okay, well, we're at 9 now, so it's okay. Unlock with no more than 0. A port report to Salt Line. Okay, go. So that's it. We can't do anything here. Carry Sphinxstone to London. We can't do that because what we need. What? I need to pay to get cargo over there. Let's see what we have in the shops. No shops available. Can we not talk to? No, we still can't do anything with you. It's weird that they allow you. I'm gonna actually stay on port until that jellyfish decides to F off. But there's nothing more I can do here, so I suppose we'll launch once the jellyfish is. Wait, shouldn't I be able to repair? I can't go back in. Okay, brilliant. And we'll go that way. Huzzah! See if there's anything near here, because I don't know. Probably don't want to go into the fog. There's no islands within the Zebats range. Creeping tendrils of fungus, seaweed, unflammable flora, we enter the snares. Lick a monkey crag. Can we dock here? Probably not, but I mean, who names these things? Uh-oh. Bound shark. Ah, crap. Pygmy Island is some distance to the east. It's coming after me. What the? Suffered 5 from what? Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antenna impertinently or something. Get to the dock. No shops available. Shipyard. Where do we go to repair? I'm not gonna jettison cargo. That seems ridiculous. So that's a deck gun, that's a forward gun, and then we have an aft gun. But we can't install these two on this type of ship, okay? No shipyard available at this port. There's no habitation in sight, no market, very little in the way of a maintained dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth from which sprout stunted palms, not quite tall fungal growth with frond-like caps, as if someone sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. These growths appear sparse near the beach, but clump together the further inland one goes, clustering tightly into a sort of forest around the base of the island central hill. You can see off in the distant dots of the fire flecking the horizon and hear clamorous shouts and shot. If you look to the quay, you can make out the unusual shapes of two tiny figures. As you step onto the quay, you hear clamorous shouts and shot. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill and dots of fire flecking the horizon. Yeah, okay, we did that. So they just give me that same thing twice. The figures are rodents. What? Anyway, to your left is Radis Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith apron, and an assortment of tools. To your right is an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the High Middle Ages. I think we have been snuffing the mushrooms a bit too much. Anyway, the rat steps forward first and bows. Well, technically, if you have speaking enemies, it makes sense why I would be able to talk to the ferret. Anyway, welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I'm Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is choice. The rat steps back at precisely the same moment, which appears to be the ease of long habit. The guinea pig skulls forward and makes a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the island of Cavia. Wait, what? Are we actually losing it? First one says we're on Rat Star Island, the other one says it's the Isle of Cavia. Sure enough, Cavia is actually a proper word for guinea pigs in my language. I suppose it could be in English too, I don't know. Anyway, I'm Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches. Send shall to our King Greasegnaw. First of his name. I'll try saying that 4 times quick after another one. I invite you to avail yourself to food and fuel at our expense. It only costs you as a choice. The two stand at attention, looking at you expectantly. Your question must needs be tent. Is that even a sentence? They sound so rehearsed. Enough of this. Sea monsters, face predators, screaming oceans. Yes, but you draw the line at talking to guinea pigs in full armor. Hell no. Guinea pigs or rodents? Guinea pigs, rodents. Guinea pigs, rodents. Guinea pigs, rodents. Well, it's actually the opposite way around, but I suppose the chief engineer would be best. Maybe some extra weapons which we can use, or some ship repairs which we're in desperate need of. Sure. Speak to chief engineer. His eyes have a way of calling. Yeah. He asks the chief engineer to elaborate. He looks at you for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London. It's cats. Don't look out on our ship, please. Anyway. And snuffers. It's rat skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands. And we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that had shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nods towards the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods. Chickens as well. And from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon, and our flag. With the pigs of KV saw the light and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Well, speak to the other one, right? A general clear told with a delicacy to rival the Dutch's own before speaking. I'm not gonna go with the name again. Full 7 months has sojourned us. Full 7 months has sojourned us. Why do I always want to say us after it? Full 7 months has sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. And now no fortress against him shall remain. No city walls will be left for him to gain. Save the rats, they squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamp of our deliverance. Sure shall be our glories and their fall, when our lady's eye restored be to our hall. Essential composer 7 then adds, we saw truth and beauty by the light our lady's eye on Mount Caveat, but the rats with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back, your rabble, and we will rule them with the steel shod velvet of our paws. Alright. So from what I can tell, the rats came here first, and I'm not up to... He's rather grumpy but honest as seeing rat weapons can do, and perhaps you'd rather not be on the receiving end of them. Perhaps you've never liked rats, perhaps you've always been fond of ratskin suits, perhaps the essential charms are too much for you. At any rate, you're keen to find out more about their civilization. Surely their commonalities are more numerous than their differences, perhaps you can help them get along. The rats seem to be the ones that got here first, and the other ones seem to be a bit too happy to go to war, so there's probably a better word for that. Anyway, let's go help the rats. A rat in the making. Stand a hand to chief engineer who shakes it grimly. The essential hisses and chatters her teeth in disgust, but keeps her distance. You've made the right choice, says the chief engineer. Let me show you around. An occurrence. Your memoirs, a rat in the making. Quality is now run. You have cast your lot in with the rats. They look awesome. A history lesson. Oh man. Starting to know that there's a lot of reading going on in this game. Okay. Chief engineer leads you to the northern side of this island, skirting the chicken woods. You pass through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-eyed rats shoulder their derringers, and salute the chief engineer. Soon you come up a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations you've encountered in London flats. Only perhaps 50 rats favor altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. First thing you notice is a brilliant light beaming out from a stump of chicken wood about 6 feet high. It bathes the whole settlement in a clean blue glow and is almost too bright to look at. By its light you can see several raised mounds of earth suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation is set up by the water. An albino rat mends nets while others stab sharpened sticks into the waves. Further inland is a barracks where a sergeant barks drills at a small squadron of fighters. The arrival draws attention and several rats pause in their work to look at you curiously. Welcome to Marinia, says the chief engineer, voice with warm pride. It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cavies. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council. With that, he vanishes into one of the mounds and leaves you to explore. The sergeant appears to be sizing you up. Can this be all the rats have to fight with? Chief engineer leads you to the northern side of We've seen this, right? You approach the drill sergeant and go so far as to salute her, which earns you a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismisses her troops and offers you a bit of chicken with jerky to gnaw on. There's more of us below ground, she explains, but not enough. Cavies are bigger and there's more of them. We're better with weapons, but haven't got the stuff to make them with. Most of us came here as stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, and the fur on our backs. We can fish, and we nibble the chicken woods, but we can't make guns out of trees. The cavies came with their... Hey, I got a gun with me if you want it. Can't use it anyway. Cavies came with their own steamer and seem to have endless supplies. We raid them sometimes, but there's so few of us that we can never hold on to territory gained for long. But that's of no consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build a republic and a rat star, she adds thoughtfully after a moment. Of course, we want that too. to the beach. What kind of fish might they catch here, and who ever heard of red mending nets? Where the green billows play. The albino rat smiles quietly up at you from his mending work, dainty and a little shy. Chickenwood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed, so we're able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things, blind fish, crabs, sometimes a chunk of broken tentacle, but the fishing would never be so good without the rat star, he beams in kind. I think it only draws good fish and keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe it, but I do. That light is our livelihood. Excitingly excitable looking rat is peering at it through smoky goggles, switching her whiskers and making notes on what appears to be real paper. Real paper, huh? A learned astronomer. I'm not a star, of course, not really, but try explaining that to the others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Says this is better for morale, but just look at it. Look at it! She offers you her goggles. You manage to work them over just enough of one of your eyes to see the truth of what's in the bowl. It's scintillac, but unlike any you've seen before. Blue as a sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its color is tremendously soothing. The chief science officer titters with pleasure as you hand her goggles back. Those of us who've been to the cavity side of the island and lived to tell of it say that there's plenty of glow there, plenty of bright in the water all around, but nothing like this. We took this from the island's center, Mount Ararat. Only it's not a mountain, of course, and more than this is a star. It's hollow. There's a sweet water inside, and it's coral crawling all up the walls of it, but nothing that glows save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us. Well, we'll see about that. Not that I'm gonna be stealing it, but the others might. So how the hell do I repair even? That's our hold, okay. I hope I don't have to go to battle with my ship, because that's gonna be short-lived. Okay. An occurrence, your memoirs, right in the making. Quality is now 2. Chief engineer emerges from underground with a motley assortment of other rats. He introduces them as weapons experts, strategies, and field commanders. So you're going to help us beat the cabbies. A hard edge to his voice, but how exactly? Engineer. So you're going to help us beat the cabbies. Says a hard edge, but how exactly? Engineer distraction, enable the rats to raid the cabbie ship for supply. 20% chance. Offer to attack the cage yourself. You have a ship, you have cannons, steer her to the southern side of the island and have at those anacross. But you can spare some scrap metal, shot, and maybe a deck gun. I do have a deck gun. Sure. We'll be out of supplies, but we can always munch on some rats, I suppose. Didn't say anything there, sorry. Can munch on some crabs. You'd rather not get directly involved, but you can spare some scrap metal, shots, and maybe a deck gun. The crew haul one of the deck guns to shore, and the chief engineer nods in gratitude. It's a clumsy bugger, and no mistake, but we can break it down into parts easily enough, and there'll be plenty of scrap left over to make bullets. In exchange, the rats give you their provisions. The salted fish provides surprisingly restorative, and dried chicken wood appears to make tolerable fuel. As they pass by the glow of the rat star on their way back to the ship, each member of your crew seems to hold their head a little higher and breathe a little easier. Lost 5 terror, gained fuel. Right, making quality is now 30. You've gained 1 hearts. What is hearts anyway? Sometimes I have to test around terror. Okay. Terror is keeping that quite low. You've given the Ratus Faber all the assistance you can. What's next? Unlock with no more than 0 albino tinker. Sure. Chief engineer can't leave his calling, but he relays the request to his people. The albino rat you saw mending nets steps shyly forward. I'm good at fixing things, he says earnestly, and I'd like to see more of the world, and I'd like to see more of the world. Wait for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. You now have 1 albino tinkerer. You now have 1 report Pigmoat Island. I think they'll be happy to hear about what happened on this one. The line of the House of Cavi is ended. Most of the wrecked steamers doors are gone, but the rats have thrown out the guts of the steam pinions to make engineers that tear coal from the earth. They'll help you resupply. So you have shops here or something. Undergo repairs. Rats of Marine are skilled engineers. If your ship is scarred, perhaps they can heal those scars. This will repair up to 20 points of your hull. Cool. Unlock with hull no more than 47. Okay. Tiny engineers envelop your ship in a whirl of Republican enthusiasm. They leave it better than they found it. Alright, we got some hull back. So we can't do this because... we either had a chance to refuel or to repair, I suppose. Alright, I think that's gonna be it then. Let's have a look at our officers. You are mascot. Carmineral, Weaver, Engineer, and okay, Veils is speed, stealth, deception, decreases the range at which enemies will spot you, and now I have +2 iron, which improves my damage. I think I'm good with what I got. Alright. Well, this has been a bit of a lengthy episode, but we came out for the better. Lower out of supplies, but that's something else. At least our hull got notched up 20. We're almost halfway there to that we can even start doing our own repairs. Or can we already? I think we actually can already. That's 68. Yeah, we can start doing our own repairs if we have the supplies for it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. It's been a bit longer than usual, but hey, we've had some interesting stuff happen. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Please show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing. And I'm seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.